Our gleaning program, part of a larger food bank, recovers surplus produce from local farms to reduce food waste and increase access to fresh local food for low-income Hawaii Island residents. We now seek to expand the program by engaging youth in hands-on harvesting, nutrition education, and environmental stewardship. This innovative, this initiative, I told you it's 7:30 in the morning. This initiative will provide meaningful volunteer and learning opportunities while supporting local agriculture, blah, blah, blah. So it just took what we said and meshed it with what was already there. But let's say we have no intention of doing nutrition education. We don't have capacity for nutrition education. What's another option? Because we still want to do 3 things. I'm just making this up. Okay. Hands-on harvesting and community service. Meaningful volunteer opportunities, foster environmental stewardship, and strengthen connections between local youth, between youth and local agriculture. Which kind of like, instead of just like replacing nutrition education, he kind of like rewrote the proposal, and maybe we like this better. I don't know. Let's see, meaningful volunteer opportunities, foster environmental stewardship, and strengthen connections between youth and local agriculture, which I think might be an example of what Sean was saying, where like, it sounds nice, but I'm not really sure what that means. But luckily, I'm sure somewhere in here, we're gonna have to have activities. And so, what are some example activities of strengthening connection between youth and local ag? Harvest days with farmers, farm tours and Q&A sessions, adopt a farm program, storytelling, or again, some examples, and it gave me 7, which I guess is some, but I wanted less. Adopt a farm program, storytelling or reflection project, ag career spotlight, produce distribution participation, community harvest celebrations. And so this is like, for me, this is like that idea generation, especially if I'm writing a grant like we are right now that I am not familiar with. I mean, I usually read them. Today I didn't. And so this just, I think for me, this really helps go, it helps like that mission drift idea, because it keeps me still in line with what I want. And if it's not what I want, then I don't have to do it. The robot doesn't know or care or have feelings, even though we still want to be nice to him. Okay, so we needed measurable outcomes, right? So we're just going to keep cruising along. And then after this, we'll ask it to do a budget. And if I forget that, somebody remind me. What's some measurable outcomes of those activities? Wait, hold on. Of 3 of those activities. Okay, so it shows harvest days with farmers and some measurable outcomes, number of participants, total pounds gleaned, and number of farms participating. That seems great. Storytelling or reflection project. Youth will complete some kind of reflection after, I suppose, each gleaning session. Number of reflections submitted, percentage of participants reporting increased awareness, number of creative output. Great. I'm going to assume the third one is also great. And stop me at any point if you have questions. I'm kind of flying through this because I had like 15 minutes. So you're getting the really short version.
I have a quick question, Lisa.
Please.
Can ChatGPT look at your organization's website pull stuff out of it?
Not the free version, I don't think, but we can ask and try. Let's see. Can you look at this website? See, oh, there we go. Yes, it can. It didn't used to be able to. Great. Thank you. Now please create a, I don't know what the budget limitations are on this grant, but we're gonna pretend it's, I don't know, $10,000, $1 million. We're just dreaming. What do you guys want to do? Okay, we'll do both. We'll do 10 and then we'll see how it changes when it's 1 million. So the coordinator, they're budgeting, he's budgeting, robot is budgeting $4,000. Transportation and fuel, which is something super easy to forget about, 1,500. Supplies and equipment, 12. Incentives, 8. That's lovely too. It's like budgeting those like smaller things that it's just like super easy to forget because we're focused on wanting to pay our staff and pay our bills and all that other stuff. Okay, cool. Thank you so much. Actually, I had a typo. I don't know why I have to lie to the robot. The budget is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Significantly more possibilities. Let's see what he comes up with. $350,000 for personnel, which includes a program director, a youth coordinator, a volunteer coordinator, and admin support, and it includes fringe. Let's see. Paid youth internships, stipends, and training sessions, $150,000. I mean, it really built it out into what he thinks it could be. And I mean, maybe that's not an allowable expense. Okay, so let's see. Stipends are not an allowable expense. Please budget. This helpful? I don't know. Yes, okay.
So correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe in the paid version, you can upload this RFP and technically it should no allowable expenses, correct?
You can do it in the
You
free
can,
version. You can do it in the free version too. There's a little tiny button at the bottom that says attach with the paper.
and you can, you have to log in for the free version or for the upload. And I'm kind of operating in like at the least barrier to entry. Like you don't even have to make an account to do what we're doing. But yes,
Yeah.
you can upload documents. There's a limit. I don't remember what the limit is. And I had another thought, but it's gone. But it'll tell you, you can't, like, you have to log in or you've hit your max. But I am at the least barrier to entry. You just go to chatgpt.com and you can enter whatever you want until it tells you you can't. Yeah, so it rebudgeted and it took out the stipend. Okay, I wouldn't necessarily do this, but for the purposes of this presentation, can you please create a full proposal based on everything we did together? Ooh,
Oh,
ooh. Let's see. Will it log me in? No. Okay. Oops. Whoops. I wonder why it does that. Let's see. If you do happen to have an account, I don't know if I do, but we'll see. Yeah, I'm in. Hmm.
no.
Okay, ChatGPT, you're ruining my presentation.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay. Well, you know all the sections of a grant, right? Thank you. Can you just make an executive summary for the proposal? Great. And it remembers that we pulled stuff from our website. What's usually next in a proposal?
This one is asking for environmental impact.
Um, what is it? An explanation of needs. So I asked it to write an explanation. If you're not actively looking at your screen, I asked it if you could write an explanation of needs and include the environment piece in there, and it said sure. Faces ongoing challenges related to food insecurity, sustainability, environmental resilience. Despite ag potential, a significant portion of locally grown food goes unharvested or goes to waste, blah, 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 blah. And then he also remembered our youth focus and put a paragraph about youth focus. And then we're going to invite youth to take part in that, et cetera, cultivate environmental awareness, blah, 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 blah. And then it asked if, this is fun, would you like to include local stats? I can help you find or phrase those. Yeah, I sure do. Ooh, it's searching the web, which it can do not logged in, but it can't give me a proposal of what we've already done together. All right. And I will say, so now that it's gotten smarter and is able to search the web like this, this is a good place to start, and it tells you where it found it. But you need to double check that. Like Sean was saying, it can say a lot of nothing. And I've also seen it make up things before. I know because it was about me. And I was like, that is not true. So check, and maybe this isn't a correct stat, but it's a stat that you're like, yeah, I do want to include that. Actually, that's really relevant. Go find that yourself or use what you already have. You can completely change the sentence to in order to use stats and data that you yourself already collect, or you and your partners are already working on. Again, I use this much more as like idea and something to edit, because nothing is worse than a blank page for me. I can edit something until it is very different, but a blank page for me is super difficult. But I can look at this and I can be like, yeah, good try. I'm gonna take that over now. And then then I go and I write it. Um, and you may work like that, you may not, but it's just it's such a good structure, and you can, it does not care if you take this paragraph and change every word in it. Doesn't care. I don't know what time we're at, Kathy, but I feel like I've been talking a long time.
We've just got a few minutes left, so I want to make sure if anybody has any questions or feedback for Lisa or Jamie, now's the time.
I noticed, Jamie, this is Tom, hi, that on your list of grants, that down there at the very bottom was a small grant, and it made me realize or think, and this is my question. You do go after small grants. What's your strategy for pursuing something that's on the order of $100 or a few
So
hundred?
you're looking at Costco for $300, one of the largest companies out there. They gave us $300 the last 2 years. Yay us. The minimum that if it's a new grant and I just want to kind of get my foot in the door, I generally ask for about $5,000. Unless they're specific in saying that their grant ranges from $10,000 to $30,000. So it all depends if they're specific about the ask. If they're not, and I just want to sort of introduce Rolling Harvest to an organization or a funder, I generally ask for $5,000.
Okay. How much time do you spend on fundraising, Jamie?
A lot.
Okay.
It's like I'm always on, right? I'm coming to the end of the grant writing season. I have another one due in September and LOI due in December. But generally by November, I'm pretty quiet. And in December, I go through and sort of weed out things. I start writing in the middle of December for, as I said earlier, like rolling deadlines. I want to get them in before March 1st or before March 15th. So if it's a rolling deadline, I want to get those in first. If someone gives us a specific deadline, my goal is to get it in a week before the deadline. I never like to go up against a deadline. Tom, working with Kathy, she was always like last minute. So I would even, with my former director, if it was due September 1st, I would tell her it was due August 25th. Just because I don't like to work up to a deadline like that. I like to have the time. So, and in that Grant Hub, you can write in there in tasks that such and such LOI is due 12/1, and it could put in to send you a reminder 15 days, 20 days, 30 days ahead, and it'll send you an email reminding you that. And you can always sort of like kick the can down the road another 4 or 5 days and have it resend to you. But that's how I keep track of deadlines that are coming up.
Last, you had on one of the tables towards the end had something called 990 Finder. What was that?
990s.
Yeah, 990 Finder.
Yes, so you could probably go in there and look up 990 of any organization that's listed in not GrantStation, in Grant Hub, or that files as a nonprofit.
Okay,
So there's Charity Navigator, and it'll also bring up on there like what your status is, like we're platinum now. Yes, we're platinum. So it'll show you what Charity Navigator, where you are, whether you're platinum, gold, silver, whatever. But if you dump in a 990 tax ID, they'll show it to you. I mean, it's all public information, but it's all out there.
Out there, yeah. And just secondarily, thanks, Lisa. I enjoyed seeing somebody go through the ChatGPT process. I thank you.
Barbara has a question. Go ahead, Barbara.
So, hi, Tom, give me a call. Thanks for mentioning the 990s. This is kind of a little bit off topic, but I just was at another webinar saying how important it is to update your information beyond the 990 with GuideStar and Candid, and PayPal, and well, of course, GuideStar, but we were just looking up a partner that's partner agency and looking up their 990. What does it mean when they don't have the 990 for several years? Like they're still open, but the the latest 990 we could find was 2023. Is that something we should worry about as far as financial partners?
Well, maybe they just haven't posted it. Maybe they have it and just haven't posted it. I would ask them.
If they
I don't
filed
know
an
if it's,
extension for the 2024 year, it wouldn't be posted yet either.
yeah.
Okay. For 2024, for 2023.
Yeah,
Okay.
because we should probably be posting our 2024 by the end of the year. Once all that gets done with the accountant and all, so they may just not have it posted yet.
All right. Thanks.
So we're at time, but Jamie and Lisa, thank you so much. If you all think of follow-up questions, please reach out to Lisa and Jamie. I'll send a note following this up. And of course, we will always post our recording. Great conversation, lots of information. Thank you. And just a side note, Lisa and I are going to be hosting a new affinity group starting September 11th. We found out through the census that the vast majority of gleaners, no surprise, is women, and the vast majority of those are retirees. So we want to take a look at why that is, why women make up the vast majority of our gleaning volunteer force, what impacts that has. This is coming from a feminist perspective based on the book Holding It Together by Calarco. We invite you all, men and women, to join us in our feminist discussion about women holding it together. So we're going to have a good time starting in September with my partner, Lisa. Thank you. Thank you, Jamie, and all for attending today.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.